Here we are on day 3 of our free 10-day Canine Enrichment Challenge. Can't believe we're on day 3 already. This is so much fun. This is Push It. You're going to find a ball that your dog is comfortable with. You're going to put a treat underneath, and you're going to encourage them to shove the ball out of the way and get the treat. Now I've picked a ball that's a little bit larger and a little bit heavier. This is a Chuck It ball. I just grabbed a bunch of balls that I had laying around. I'm using Charlie bears, which are not flat, so that became a little problematic. So something a little bit flatter probably would have been better. But this green ball is super fun because it actually has a giant hole in it already. So it made it easier for me to put the treat underneath, and it made it a little bit harder for her to roll around. And I started throwing a treat off to the side just so I could get her away from the ball so that I could reload it. You can see we're both having a great time.
Yes, good girl.
And now I'm moving on to the soccer ball. I think it's a soccer ball that is a little bit flat. So the treat fit nicely underneath, and now that it's a bigger object, she has to work a little bit harder, and she's figuring this out nicely too. I was so super proud of her. She's having a great time.
Good girl. Good girl.
And now I switched to a ball that has some Velcro, and it's just another odd shaped ball. And this one was pretty easy.
Yes.
But I didn't know. Just grab a bunch of objects. Some will be a little easier, some will be a little harder. This was an easy one. Now I have a Kong here. I thought this one would be a little bit harder, but she nailed this one too. She was such a good girl.
Yes. Good girl. Oh, good girl. Good girl. All right, one last one.
And now I'm moving on to the foam roller. This is the one that I thought would be the hardest because it would be hard for her to flip it over. But we started with her just rolling it so that she'd get comfortable with it. And now I'm going to upend it and see what she does with it. You can see she's a little bit perplexed on this one. This is Fancy, by the way. She's my 4-year-old Sheltie. She's very fun to train. And you can see this one's a little bit, she's a little stumped on this one. So I just raised it up a little bit so she could see the treat was still under there. So when your dog gets a little stuck, you definitely you need to know your dog. So if your dog is a little bit soft like Fancy is, I can't let her struggle too much or she just gives up. So that's why she keeps laying down. She's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to lay down. So I'm going to help her out a little bit here. And then you'll see later on, I'm going to try and let her figure it out herself. So I'm not going to help her quite as much. And she doesn't have to knock it over. She can just push it out of the way. Any which way the dog does it's fine. But here I'm going to kind of wait her out. I'm not going to just jump in and save her this time. I'm going to see if she can figure it out. These are puzzles after all. And I want to see how her mind works and how she's going to figure out this game.
Hi.
And she's offering me a lot of behavior. She's like, what do you want me to do? Am I supposed to stand on it? So I'm going to show it to her again here. Put the treat underneath. Kind of crack it. Let's see if she gets it. She's pushing it. Oh, and she got it. Good girl. And I'm still throwing that treat away from my resets. And one idea that I had that I didn't get quite time to video was trying this with a water bottle. I thought that would be fun. Like a water jug, and you could start with it empty and then put some water in it, make it a little bit harder to push. So that would be another fun challenge. So use your creativity and see what you have at home and see what you can get your dog to push. And remember, post your videos on Facebook. We love seeing the creative things that you guys come up with at home. And it helps other people. It's all a community, and that's why we're doing this challenge. So enjoy watching, and we'll see you for week 4.